look, I've got this ball of Play-Doh here, right? So this is a child's brain. Now, what happens is the cortisol spikes. So we've got adrenaline. Now that child is having some sort of life trauma. It needn't necessarily be abuse. It may be this child's been a healthy, loved child, and at 5 years old, its parents were killed on the M5. It happens. Maybe this child now maybe can live with grandma, maybe can't, maybe it goes into a care home, but just the experience of something that's outside of its understanding. You wouldn't expect your parents to be killed in a road accident. Up comes the cortisol and it eats away at the healthy brain cells. It then in turn destroys the neural pathways, and then the landscape of the brain changes, and then it's like that. Now, it doesn't have to be abuse. It can be an adverse childhood experience and or abuse. Now, so there we have this, and all this mishmash is going on. And don't forget, people have different sensitivities. I'm extremely sensitive, and I would probably be more mashed, if you like, than somebody who's more resilient. But we're all unique in that way. So this happens like this, and my brain is now like this, unless somebody gets to grips with it, because this will now manifest in behaviours. So why am I being a little devil in the classroom? Why am I cutting up the teachers' jumpers? Why am I doing all sorts of things that are not just at or below a level of what would be in a young child? They're up and down like yo-yos, but I'm now way over that line. Now, if that isn't sought after, because your brain is developing for 25 years, it's very malleable, the neural pathways have a plasticity about them, and if you can get the mentoring right, and CAMS, well, 18 months before a child can be looked at, it's ridiculous. 18 months. So you can very quickly rejig this brain, get this child out of its trauma. Get the trauma therapy. This is not ordinary counselling. This child is in trauma. If its behaviours are off its face, if it's something that you significantly don't know about, maybe it is something that's going on at home. So say now I'm a child who is being abused, or maybe I'm hearing my mother being abused and raped at home, domestically abused by my dad, and all this is going on, and I can't really speak because I'm so traumatised. Elected mute is another one, not just stammers, but elected mute. Your breathing's, so I'm now here being really, really naughty and bad. But if you look at it like this, here's me, I've arrived at the school, and my brain is pretty well mashed. But my experience of a loving relationship, something in there isn't right either. Adverse experiences, something's happened to cause this. Something will have happened here in my emotional well-being that isn't making it work correctly. This is mashed and frozen because no one's looked at it. This is skewed. Now I get to here with my sexual hormones developing. Nothing is in alignment. Nothing's in tune. So what do? Where am I going to put all this? Where am I going to direct this at? I'm going to step back into my comfort zone. Children. This is frozen at a point when I was a young child, and I will now be attracted to young children because I haven't matured. I haven't grown in a healthy way. It's not worked properly. So the quicker we can actually deal with this and get trauma therapy where we can get this sorted, this then heals. So now this will then very quickly catch up with this, and now I'm all in alignment. It's not displaced or misplaced. And that's why we've got to get in quick. It's for the benefit of not creating more abusers. You're never going to sort it out. You're never going to eradicate it. It's sadly part of the human condition, but we can do an awful lot more, particularly if we go down the early intervention route.